Hello friends, welcome back. I have some last minute Christmas Dollar Tree DIY decor ideas. I hope you enjoy. Let's jump right in. So for the first one, I am taking one of these Christmas tree signs. It actually comes on a stake to use this out in your yard, but I broke that off the back, snapped it off, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this as an indoor piece of decor. So it already has kind of a garland decoration on there, which I used some hot glue and some of this red and green ribbon to cover it up and just add a little more texture and dimension to the tree. And I added a little bow up toward the top part on the corner where it meets. I also filled in the star with some white fabric paint or puffy paint and added one of these little white snowflakes on top. So Dollar Tree has these. I think this particular one is from a bag that I picked up in Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to also take that white puffy paint and outline all of the snowy lines on the tree. And I did add some of the sticker snowflake window clings on here as well. And they have kind of like a metallic look, which is really cool because they're snowflakes, but it kind of makes them look like Christmas ornaments. Now, to make it stand up, you can do this however you would like, adding some kind of wooden block on the bottom and stand this up as your own little piece of tabletop Christmas decor. Now for the next one, I am taking one of those wooden dowels that has the hexagon on the bottom, and we're gonna paint this over. I have the color Classic Caramel, I believe was the color of this one. Once it's dry, I wanted to do kind of a ribbon or rope tree on here. And I did try this with some nautical rope and it didn't work out as well because that was bending a little bit too much and like sagging. I ended up doing it with some of this red tube roping or like red tubing, mesh tubing material from Dollar Tree, and it actually worked out really well. So I think they have this, I know they have it in silver, they may have it in other colors as well, so you don't have to do red if you want something more neutral. They do have like a tan one. I know they have a silver one, so there are some options, but I basically just went back and forth hot gluing it in the center onto the wooden dowel, and I started wider at the base and just made the loops narrower going up toward the top to make it look like a Christmas tree shape. And then I did cut a piece to hot glue down the center just so you wouldn't see like all those lines where it was hot glued on. And then another one of those wooden snowflakes up at the top as like a tree topper. And then I thought we could add a little decoration. The bottom looked like it was missing something. It just needed a little something else. And so I had one of these little wooden tags left over. So I think this is originally from like Walmart, like a set of them, and it's in their ornament section. So I hot glued this one that says peace on here, and it was a tag. So I cut off the extra little piece and that with the little white bead and hot glued it onto the other end so that both sides of the peace sign would have a little piece of rope with a little white bead and they would match. So I think this turned out pretty cute like this, and I can set these trees together now anywhere to add some cute festive tabletop decor, perfect on a bookshelf or in your kitchen, on a countertop, anything like that. For the next one, I had this wooden snowflake ornament from Dollar Tree that I decided to just paint over with some caramel or cinnamon colored paint. And once that was dry, I wanted to actually kind of decorate this to fit in with all of my gingerbread theme decor. So I wrote on here with some puffy fabric paint and wrote out, "Unto us a Savior is born." And then I outlined the whole thing with some fabric paint as well to kind of look like the icing outlining a gingerbread cookie. And that's all there is to this one. It brings in the true meaning of Christmas and gives us a beautiful message and kind of fits in with my gingerbread theme Christmas decor as well. Now let's move on to the next one, and this one is perfect for the candy cane or gingerbread Christmas candy theme. So I have one of these little wooden pieces. Now I think Dollar Tree does carry these, I'm pretty sure, but I actually found this for $1 on clearance in Michael's, and like I said, I do think Dollar Tree has them, but they are $1.25 now, so you never know if you'll find something cheaper on a clearance in other craft stores. I painted this over again with that classic caramel, and we're going to add one of these little wooden Merry Christmas signs in the center, and I also used some window clings to decorate this sign. So we've got some candy canes, some snowflake sugar cookies, and peppermints. I even cut the little Christmas tree one and kind of made it go so it's like above and below the Merry Christmas sign, and it looks like it's kind of, I guess I could have put it on first, but I added it after, and so it still worked out. I just cut it to fit so it looks like it's behind the Merry Christmas sign. And while that's drying, I'm going to take 2 of these and again paint them over with like the caramel or the cinnamon colored paint or whatever looks good to you to make them look like little gingerbread people. And then once that's dry, you can go ahead and take some white puffy paint and embellish them to look like actual gingerbread cookies. So I decorated them to look like the gingerbread cookies, and once it's all dry, we're going to hot glue 1 wooden Jenga block upright on the left leg of one of them and on the right leg of the other. And I did this kind of at an angle so that they would stand up with that block smooth and flat, so it gives it a base to stand up with. And then we're going to glue the sign that we just made in between their 2 hands. So these 2 gingerbread people look like they're holding up the Merry Christmas sign. And I thought this was just a fun, cute little Christmas DIY to go with your gingerbread or your sweets themed Christmas decor. Moving on for the next one, I found this buffalo check deer, and I thought this was really cute. So, but I wanted to change the color because I don't use the red and black buffalo check in my decor. So I thought we could paint the deer over and just give it a little different look. And then this ornament was new at Dollar Tree this year, but my mother-in-law's puppy ended up chewing up some of this ornament. So we are going to actually just use the greenery off of it and go with that, with the little greenery and the bow. And I think that'll be perfect to add on to our deer here once the deer is dry. By the way, I did have to give it a couple coats of paint. You'll probably have to do like 3 coats to get it nice and smooth. And then once that's glued on there, I just glued it onto the neck. So he kind of looks like he has a wreath or like, you know, a bow with some greenery around his neck. And once I glued that on, I added some of that white puffy paint, added that on and sprinkled on some different glitter and like faux snow. I did use some glitter fabric paint up on the top on his antlers just to add a little sparkle up there, and around the base we added some of that mesh cord, the same red mesh cord that we used for that Christmas tree. I still had some left over, and I outlined the base of that the deer is standing on with that. So here is how this one turned out. Now for the next one, I had kind of a deformed ornament. I don't know what happened to this, but it's not a perfect sphere. The bottom's actually kind of melted in or something. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I bought it like that and didn't realize, but either way, we're just going to turn this into something cute, and I think it's going to look just fine in our Christmas tree. So I'm going to fill this up with some red glitter foam balls. I made a little hanger for my ornament, and then I also just kind of shaped a nice bow. This isn't a real bow. I didn't actually tie a bow because it's hard to get all of the snowflake pattern facing forward. So I just kind of bent my ribbon and bent it in a way to look like a bow, and then cut another little piece to glue like around the center to hold it together. Now for the next one, I have this Merry Christmas sign from Dollar Tree, which I thought was really nice just the way it is. To be honest, I do really like it just as is. But since our kitchen is more of a candy cane gingerbread theme, I wanted to give this more of a Christmas sweets theme of decor. So I started by painting the center part all white, and then I'm going to take some of this red ribbon and glue pieces of this around the edge so it doesn't fill in the whole edge, so you still get a little bit of the green like buffalo check pattern, just a little bit of that around the edge. I'm going to glue on 4 of these white sparkly foam balls, and that'll kind of complete the edge. We're gonna add on a window cling here, which this window cling I thought was so cute with the hot cocoa mug with the gingerbread man in it and the marshmallows. I just thought this was super cute, and this is kind of what inspired this whole DIY. And so then I decided to write on here with some puffy paint, "Have a cup of cheer," and just finish decorating it with another gingerbread man window cling and some of these little faux peppermints from Hobby Lobby. I thought these would be fun to add on here. And here is how our sign turned out. I think it's perfect for our gingerbread Christmas theme. So let me know down below which one of these Christmas DIYs was your favorite. As always, I'm wishing you a beautiful and blessed day, a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye!